And let me tell you, it is massive. Hi my crafty and cozy friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kyra if you're new here, and today I have so much to share with you guys. I want to go over the things I made this week, and let me say, these patterns are adorable. A lot of these are brand new patterns I've never tried out, so I'm really excited to share them with you guys. I want to share the new glass tumblers that are coming to the shop, so we'll go over those. And I finally placed a premier yarn order, and let me tell you, it is massive. So you definitely want to stick around for this one because this video is very cozy. It's very laid back and it's just going to be a lot of fun. I also want to share a little bit about my market prep. I have a market September 20th, so it's coming up really quickly. So I kind of want to touch on the patterns that I'd like to try, kind of get your feedback and see what you guys think and just chat. But if you are new here, hi, my name is Kyra and I share behind the scenes of growing my small crochet and crafty business, Kybee Creates. I share weekly studio vlogs and crochet content every Saturday. So if that sounds like fun to you, definitely be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a new video. So definitely grab yourself a little snack, get your favorite drink, and let's create together. All right, friends, so before I share these adorable crocheted plushies and this massive yarn haul, I want to talk about my new glass tumblers. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on the restock, especially for this Be the Light glass tumbler. So I'm so happy because they are finally back in stock. They will be on my website. So if you're interested in any of these glass tumblers, definitely click the link down in my description box and it will take you right to it. But this is the Be the Light. You guys sold me out on these, so I'm really happy to finally have them back and on the website for you guys. So we have Be the Light. And I'll go ahead and show you another one that's already been on my shop before. But again, you guys sold me out of this one as well. And this is the Bees and Butterflies glass tumbler. So this is so adorable. It's very bright and colorful, and this is just a happy glass tumbler. So I really like this, and I finally have these back in stock. I can't remember how many I have. I think I ordered 5 of each decal. So if you have your eye on either of these tumblers, definitely go check them out. And now I want to share all the new cups that are coming to the shop. And one of these is fall themed, so it won't be available yet, but I'm giving you guys a little sneak peek into my fall collection. So I'll go ahead and share. Let's do this one first. So this is the I Am Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, Psalm 139:14. How pretty is this, you guys? So it has the same exact font, I'm pretty sure, as Be the Light. So this would be like an adorable little set if you wanted like a little Bible verse uplifting cup set. And one thing I like about this is the color of flowers. So she has like pink and red and orange. And these are just so pretty. I know the glare from the window is kind of in the way, but that is what that tumbler looks like. So definitely super cute. I think I might have 6 of these. I need to look at my paper and see how many I ordered, but they're around 5 or 6. I did place more of this next one I'm about to show you, but this is the Fearfully and Wonderfully Made glass tumbler. And then next up, this is so cute, you guys. Look at it. Oh my gosh. It gives me all the Disney princess vibes. I love it so much. So there's a little castle in the center with a bow. And then we have like a bear, we have a mirror, a candle, butterflies, a little sucker, a slipper, all kinds of little cutesy, girly pink things on there. That castle just brings it all together. This is adorable. I think this might be my favorite cup that I have in the shop. It was the pink coffee girly, but now it is this. And I ordered enough to where I could have one because I could not help myself. So I'm definitely keeping one of these for myself. But this is one of the new cups coming to the shop. And now I'll go ahead and share one of the fall tumblers that will be coming in my fall collection drop. So it will not be available yet, but I'm going to take this to markets and I'm going to have it as part of my fall collection on Shopify. I haven't thought of a name for my fall collection yet, but here it is. How cute is this, you guys? So there's a little ghost cup with some whipped cream on there. We have a little pumpkin cup with a little hat, a little spider on a spoon, candies, cupcakes, little candy corns, a little ghost cupcake. This is adorable and I love it so much. I was looking for some other designs on her website, but she really has more Halloween themed. And I know that this is technically Halloween, but it's like cutesy and I just don't want anything scary. So I definitely think that this is not scary. This is absolutely adorable. So these are all of the new cups that are coming. So cute. Right now, these are available. I Am Fearfully and Wonderfully Made and the Disney cup. And then of course the 2 restocks. And then this will be available later, closer to fall time. So those are all the glass tumblers. And now let's go ahead and dive into all of these adorable plushies. I definitely feel like there was a theme this week. And I actually did my very first pattern test, you guys. I have never done a pattern test before, and I was a little bit nervous to apply. I always see pattern tests on Instagram, and I know that a lot of people do them, but I always was afraid that I wouldn't know how to do a certain thing, and I didn't want to mess things up. And it's also kind of a commitment because you have to make them within a certain amount of time. So for instance, this pattern test needed to be done in a week. Thankfully, it was a quick pattern, so it wasn't any issue at all. But that just kind of holds me back from applying to pattern tests because I want to make sure that I definitely have it done on time and I'm not holding anybody up. But I did go ahead, I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I applied to test Bkaycrochet's, or Ashley, her no-sew friendly bats. And I'll go ahead and show you this one first. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? Oh, I love him so much. So as you guys can see, it's his little body, and you actually crochet the wings in, which is nice. Same thing with the ears. So this is such a fun pattern, and that's what the purple one looks like. And for her pattern, she does little felt fangs, but I don't have any felt. I definitely need to get some felt, but I went ahead and embroidered these little fangs on there. Of course, I did the white on the eyes. That's my new thing, guys. And it's so cute. And it's like a little peekaboo bat. Look, it can close its little wings over its eyes. This is so cute. I loved this color. This is Hobie. I'm not sure the color name. I can't remember. But I thought this was the perfect little bat color. I was gonna do black, which I still think I am gonna make some black bats. I think these will be perfect for my market coming up in the fall, which we'll talk a little bit more about things I wanna do for my market. It's September 20th, so I only have like 2 months until my market. So I definitely need to start getting ready. And that's kind of what I've done with these makes that I have this week. I definitely thought about this market coming up, and I wanted to do some little wilderness animals, which you'll see, but this is the first bat I did for her. It was so fun pattern testing, and this was the other bat. So again, this yarn is Hobie as well. And I actually did, if you watched last week's video, I did Judy's chicken in the same color. So this is just like a really cute dark blue kind of color. And I didn't do the fangs on this one because I wanted to try both ways. So this is with the fangs and this is without. Which one do you guys prefer? Do you like the bat with the fangs or do you like just the smiley bat? I think both are really cute. But this has like a little bit, I don't know if it's just this specific skein of yarn, but as you guys can see how it's fuzzy on the ears and kind of all over the plushie. It's a little bit fuzzy. And this is the same exact yarn. So I'm not sure why this skein did that, but kind of, it's a little bit cute actually, I think. But these are 2 of the makes that I did this week. I cannot remember how long they took me. I was very focused on just making sure that I got this pattern right because I feel like whenever you're pattern testing, and maybe it's just because it's the first time I've ever done it, I just had a lot of pressure and I was like, you can't mess up. You have to make sure this gets done. And so I didn't time myself. But I made these while we were on a trip in Amish country with Brendan's family, and they really didn't take too long. So I definitely think this would be a good market make for any fall markets that you have coming up. So again, this is the No Sew Friendly Bats by Bkaycrochet on Instagram. So next up, let me show you guys. Okay, let's do these next. And I've been seeing these. They probably need a little lint roller bath because I'm telling you, black yarn shows everything. Are you guys ready? Oh my goodness. Look at this pattern. This is the cutest little bear ever. So these are the sweater teddies by Cluck and Buzz Crochet, and she actually has a YouTube channel. She is so fun to watch. So if you're watching this, hi Kayla. But this pattern is absolutely adorable. I love it so much. And I definitely experimented with different bear colors, different sweater colors, as you guys will see. But let's look at this little guy first. So I used black yarn. I think I used Bernat blanket for all of this besides the little muzzle part on him. So the black is Bernat, this darker green is Bernat, and the lighter. This is actually the color that I used for my Trunk the Turtles, that lighter green color. And then this little brown part on his nose is from Hobby Lobby. It's, I can't remember the name, Yarn Bee maybe, I'm not exactly sure. But that's what the brown is. And I just love this, and it's such a good size. Like, It fits right in your hand, but it's not too small. So I feel like you could get a pretty good profit out of this. And honestly, this pattern is really fast to work up. I was actually so surprised at how quick it took me to make. I was thinking it'd maybe take around like an hour or so, but this little bear only took me 45 minutes. So I don't think that's bad at all, especially for the size of him. He is so cute. It's really such a fun and quick pattern to work up. And there's so many options because you could do any color bear that you want. I even thought in the winter time around Christmas, I do a little polar bear. So I'm gonna make a white bear and maybe do like a red sweater, like red and green for Christmas. Or I don't know, I'll just experiment, but definitely I love that you can customize the sweater to whatever you want, whatever yarn you have will work. And this is so cute. I also love that his eyes pop. Like this black yarn, I'm really starting to like to work with black yarn, you guys. After I made that loaf cap for my sister that resembled her cat Hazel, I have just really been enjoying working with black yarn because I feel like the details can really pop, especially if you add that little white line by their eyes. So this is the first sweater teddy that I made this week. And then here is the other black bear I made. So he has a blue sweater on. I used like a lighter blue up here, more of like a bright colored blue in the middle, and so cute. Let me show them next to each other. Look, they're like little twins, so adorable. And so I used the same black Bernat yarn, and then for the sweater, I actually used Premier Chenille Brights, which you guys will see my haul in a few minutes, but I actually really enjoyed working with this yarn. It was very nice. And so I was able to get some different colors that I didn't have, and I think that these are so cute. I especially think these will be good for my fall markets because I just feel like little bears are fall. I don't know why, but in my head, bears mean fall. Maybe it's just because they're like little wilderness animals. I really don't know. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my head. But anyway, these little guys are so, so cute. I love this pattern so much. So these are the little black bears that I have. And comment down below, are you team blue or are you team green? I'm definitely interested to see which one you guys like better. If I had to choose, I think I'm team green. I really like his little sweater. It's like all the cottagey vibes. So here's these little black bears that I made. And then I also experimented with bear colors. So this is the next bear. Oh my gosh. Whenever I saw him in the camera, it just made me instantly happy. But that is what he looks like. So he's a little brown bear, and I did a darker green up top and then white for his little sweater. And this yarn is actually Yarn Bee as well. I think it's like Adorable, unless I'm getting yarns mixed up, but I can't remember. Anyway, it's from Hobby Lobby, and that is what he looks like. And this is him next to the black bear. So, so cute. You guys, you have to make this pattern. If you are market prepping for the fall, try this pattern out because I'm telling you, it is so fast, it is so easy, and the result is so, so adorable. I'm glad because I feel like this is a pattern that maybe little boys will kind of gravitate towards. I have a lot of cute things for girls on my table, like the Dellas, the little elephants. So I feel like this will be nice for little boys if they want something. Definitely little girls would still like this as well. And I think I am gonna do a bear with like a pink sweater, maybe a purple sweater, just kind of mash it up, see what I wanna do. But these are so cute. They are so fast. And I definitely recommend checking out this pattern if you haven't already. And these are the sweater teddies by Cluck and Buzz Crochet. So very adorable, very woodsy, very fall. And so next up, I think I'm gonna save the best one for last. So let's do a different pattern. So the next one is this little Care Bear. Oh my goodness, so cute. So what's the yellow bear? I can't remember what the yellow Care Bear is. But anyway, that is what she looks like. This pattern is by Love Me Dearly Handmade on Instagram. And I'll link her Etsy shop down below if you're interested in checking it out. I'm pretty sure she called these the Love Bears on her Etsy shop. But so cute. She did like the pink bear, the purple bear, blue. How many different Care Bears are there? I think I watched Care Bears like maybe a couple of times whenever I was little. I didn't watch them a whole lot, but I still think that they're adorable. So I wanted to give this pattern a go, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. This took me about 55 minutes to make, and here's like a size comparison. So it's smaller than this, obviously, but I did use big twist yarn for this. Like I told you guys, I have a ton of baby bear back there, and I've been trying to use it. So I've been using in between my little chicks here, the baby bow chicks. I've been using it for Ray, the smiley little sunshine. And so I'm starting to work through this yarn. I think that this yarn is good for markets, especially if you don't want to make like huge plushies. but you want cute little things that you can put in a bin. So I think I will make a couple more of these, maybe like a purple. I'm trying to see what other colors I have. I definitely think a pink like this would be pretty. And then if I did the embroidery with like this darker pink color, that could be really cute. So definitely thought that this was a fun pattern to make. And I think if I wasn't just reading the pattern the whole time, like once I get the pattern memorized and I start working through it a little bit quicker, it won't take as long. But the first go took me about 55 minutes for this little bear, which is a lot of time for the bear. But like I said, I think that that time will decrease as I learn the pattern a little bit. So this is the Love Bear by Love Me Dearly Handmade. And then next thing is a little bit boring compared to all these other makes, but I made another octopus in the sprinkle color, and this is all from Jade's pattern. This is gonna be a really good one for my markets, I think. It doesn't take too long. I'm pretty sure it only takes like half an hour or so. It comes out a pretty decent size. And so I'm gonna make a lot of different colors. I have my purple ones, as you guys have seen. I have the rainbow ones. I think I'll do some other colors. I definitely want to use the Bernat yarn. I feel like the Bernat makes it so it comes out bigger. I can charge a little bit more for it compared to if I used like Baby Bear or Big Twist Posh or whatever. And so I made another little Octo. So super cute. I really love this yarn. And I think I mentioned to you guys that this yarn reminds me of like sherbet, and I looked it up and there is different colored sherbets. So it's not just orange. They have like a rainbow sherbet color. It's still different colors. I'm pretty sure it's like green and pink and maybe orange. So none of those colors are in this except for the pink, I guess. I also think it maybe looks like an ice cream scoop. Like if I just did a little cone, wouldn't that look just like an ice cream scoop? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why my brain is thinking sherbet. But anyway, another little no-sew baby Octo is added to my inventory. And then, okay, so I just finished this earlier today. Today is August 2nd and it's currently 5 p.m. So it's a little bit later, but I have been working on this between last night and then a little bit during today. We did have some errands to run, so I haven't been working on it consistently. But are you guys ready? I don't know. This might be one of my favorite patterns as well. I'm just finding so many cute new patterns, you guys. Look, oh my gosh. I love it so much. This is absolutely precious. Such a cute little pattern. So let me read this so I don't mess it up. This is Darby the Buck by Bkaycrochet Co. on Etsy. She also has an Instagram, I'm pretty sure. And I got the pattern. It had Darby the Buck, and I can't remember the little doe, but there is a mod to make it a doe if you don't want the buck snuggler. And look, oh my gosh, look at the little tail in the back. So the head's a little bit floppy on this pattern because she has you attach the head a little bit differently. Technically, this is a no-sew pattern. You crochet everything in, and the way she attaches the head is a little bit different. So it does have a little bit of a floppier head, but I feel like for babies and for little kids, that's actually kind of cute. Like if they hold it, like it's just floppy and adorable. So I don't really mind that too much, but I guess if you wanted it to not be as floppy, you could add some support in there, or you could kind of tack it with the yarn a little bit, whatever you wanted to do. But this is Darby the Buck. How super cute is he? Oh my goodness. So this is what it looks like from the bottom, the little legs. You attach the arms on there. They're kind of like the elephant snuggler that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. How the little arms are like that. I love that so much in a pattern. I think that is absolutely precious. And then it goes onto his little face. His little antlers up here, so cute. And then I love the little eye detailing there. How cute is that? And the little nose, it's also precious. The little tail, like I showed you guys before. This is such a cute pattern. And I feel like it's really good for the fall. All of the forest animals, like I want to do some foxes for the fall. I'm going to have these little deer. I have the bears. I just feel like it's all woodsy and it just reminds me of the fall time. So definitely going to be making more of him. He did take a little bit longer. I'm not sure how long. Obviously it couldn't have been too long because I started him last night. I crocheted his whole head last night and then I did 2 of his arms. And then whenever I worked on him today, I did his other 2 feet and crocheted the rest of him all together. So obviously it took, I would guess probably like, I don't know, maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours or so. I could be way off too, I don't know, but so adorable. I'm gonna try out different colors as well. And this is actually the Premier Basics yarn, the Chenille Brights. And I used the brown. I will tell you guys the color names later. I do have the lighter color. So like where his ears are there and his little nose. I used the color, what is this? Steel Cut Oats for that. This is Bernat Almond. This is that Hobby Lobby yarn that I did this bear in. I'm pretty sure the Adorable Yarn Bee, something like that. And then the brown color, I will tell you guys here in a little bit, but so precious. She actually did the dough in like a pink color, and I think that's super cute. I also think if I did the dough in maybe like this almond color or the Steel Cut Oat color, that would be really cute. But definitely this is going to be an essential for my fall market, and I'll probably add this to my fall collection on Shopify as well. But if you guys are interested, definitely message me and I will make sure that I add him onto my Shopify launch. So precious and so cute. All right, so that's all of the makes that I did this week. I did make something else, but it's for a future video, so I'm not going to show you guys that yet. But it's really fun, and it actually involves Brendan. So definitely stay tuned for future videos because that one's gonna be a lot of fun. And you'll get to see that mystery pattern later. But we did go to Amish country, as I mentioned, and I got some things, and I supported some other crocheters while I was there. So I've talked to you guys before, but if you're familiar with the Amish country, and this is the one in Ohio, so like Berlin, Ohio, there is a place called Souls in Berlin, and it's basically like a two-tiered craft mall, and there's two separate buildings. So this place is huge, and there's so many different craft vendors there. You have crochet artists, you have people that make t-shirts, you have candles, literally whatever you would want. Everything is handmade for the most part, I'm pretty sure. And it's just so cute. So let me show you guys some of the things that I got from another crocheter there. And we'll start with these little earrings. These are by Crystal Cottage Ceramics. So there were some ceramics there, but it was mainly a lot of crochet. And actually she said that her and her granddaughter do the crochet, and then her daughter does the ceramic things, and they were so sweet. It was so nice to talk with them, and I probably talked to them for probably about like 30 or 40 minutes, honestly. It's really fun to talk to somebody in person who also enjoys crocheting, who understands things about yarn, who understands things about different patterns, and I just had a really fun time talking to them. But I did get a couple earrings. So the first ones that I got, I'm pretty sure she said that her granddaughter does the earrings, and she did such a good job. These are so cute. And that's what they look like. So a little pale yellow and orange flower, and they are so cute. They're like little dangly ones. I actually should have worn them today. They would have been perfect. I could put those in. But that's what they look like, super cute. So if you are in the Amish country area at some time, definitely stop in and check them out. Actually, now that I think about it, it was the flea market. So there's a Walnut Creek flea market that's on like the left-hand side. I guess it depends what way you're coming from. Anyway, the Walnut Creek flea market is where they are at. And they had such cute plushies, earrings, little pouches, all different kinds of things. And they are the sweetest ladies ever. So I definitely recommend checking them out if you're in that area. And so that's the first set of earrings that I got. And then I also got another pair. And these ones look like little strawberries. So that's what they look like. How cute are these? And you guys, their prices, oh my gosh, they're so reasonable. Like everything that they had, I feel like they're actually underpricing. They could definitely get more for these because that is so much work. Like these little strawberries would take a while. The little earring backs you have to add on, like they do a really good job, and I really enjoyed talking with them. But that's what the little strawberries look like. So adorable. And I would like to get into making earrings at some point. I don't have any of like the backings or the hardware that goes with it, but I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to do that. You would just have to attach the yarn to it. So maybe in the future, that's something that I will add into my inventory. But for now, I love to support other little small businesses, and it was just so much fun talking to them. So here's two little crocheted earrings that I got. And now these next plushies are from Souls in Berlin that I was telling you guys about. So let's go ahead and start with this gorgeous handmade mushroom pillow. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at how absolutely stunning this is. This isn't normal yarn. What yarn is this? Can you guys tell? It's definitely a lot thicker, and I don't even know. It's not acrylic either. It's not plushy yarn. I don't know what kind of yarn this is, but this is absolutely gorgeous. And I think that this would be really good for fall markets as well, but I can't even imagine how much time this took her to make. She had all kinds of cute plushies. She had little bears, she had little snugglers, things like this. She had blankets, all kinds of cute handmade things, and I loved it so much. She had actually a couple of these, and I looked up on Instagram and I did find this pattern. So this is the Granny Flora Mushroom Pillow by Stitch Sister Co. on Instagram that she used. And I was gonna make one myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy this because the amount of time that it would take me to make this, she priced these so reasonable, you guys, and it was so pretty, and I just wanted to support her. So I did get one of these, and I'm just gonna have to find out what yarn this is because I would love to make one of these in different colors. I think if I made one, I'd make like a pink one so I could sit in here. But I also think if I made these for my fall markets, they might be a little bit more on the pricier side just because of how long it would take to make. But I think that these would be a big hit because look at that like granny square top. How pretty is that? And the colors that she chose work so nicely together. And then it kind of goes up like this. I don't know if it's supposed to like, kind of like a poppable, you know, those poppable crochet patterns. That's what it looks like. So the top's a little bit floppier. And then this part here is nice and sturdy. So it actually feels like she put like maybe there's weighted beads. That's actually what it feels like maybe. It's a little bit heavier so it's not gonna flop over super easy. But that is the next thing that I got, and I am obsessed with this. This is so, so beautiful. She did not have a business card or anything. She didn't have a name at her booth. And if you go to Souls, there's not actual vendors sitting there. They have all of their things displayed, and then you go down to one checkout and you kind of purchase everything in one go. So there's not individual sellers sitting there all the time. So I really wish that she would have had a business card or some way that I could have found her on Instagram or a way that I could have contacted her, but it is so pretty. If you are watching this and you happen to be the crochet vendor that is selling these, please comment down below because I would love to chat with you. You have such gorgeous work and I had so much fun shopping at your booth. So that is the first thing that I got from her. And then next up, you guys, look, oh my goodness. So, so adorable. I love the glasses. This is so cute. I didn't even know that you could make glasses for little plushies. I wonder where she got these, honestly. Maybe like Amazon or something, but it looks like she just stuck the glasses. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so precious. Okay, I don't want to break it. Anyway, the glasses come out like that, and then you can just put them in your plushies. And then they have little glasses on. How cute. So I don't know what pattern this is. I did try to find it on Instagram, but I couldn't find the pattern. So if you know what pattern this is, if it looks familiar to you, comment down below and let me know because I'd actually like to make these for some of my markets. I think that they would do really well. But it looks like she used like a brown yarn here at the bottom. She did pink around the edges there and then green for the little leaves. And this is so cute. So this is gonna hang out in my office here. I can't decide if I wanna put it over there or if I wanna display it on my shelves, but he will find a home somewhere in here. And now that I know about these glasses, I am definitely going to be ordering some off of Amazon so I can put little glasses on all my plushies. How cute is that? So again, this was a super adorable booth and I just loved seeing all of her creations and I got a lot of inspiration from her, from some of the patterns that she did. And I just had a really fun time supporting other crocheters and it was just so fun. Okay, so now that I shared all of these adorable little plushies, let's go ahead and talk about prepping for my fall market. So I've been looking on Instagram and Pinterest and different things like that, trying to find adorable little fall patterns, and I wanted to share some with you guys. We're doing like a little fall planning session here. So the first pattern that I definitely am going to make is actually one that I've already made. So Darby the Buck, as I mentioned, will for sure be part of my fall market prep. I also am gonna do the sweater teddies for my fall markets. And then, oh, the little Halloween no-sew bats, that will be part of my markets. But let me show you guys some of these cute patterns that I found on Instagram. So look at this adorable little acorn. This is by Amarty Studios. I will pop it up on the screen for you guys. But look at this little acorn. How adorable is that? So, so cute. It has the little feet. Again, it looks like it's Jellycat inspired. And I just think this would be so cute for my markets. I definitely want to try this pattern out. I think it is a paid pattern because I looked on her Instagram and I don't see, yeah, it's a paid pattern. So that is what it looks like. So that's one thing that I want to make. And then I also saw another acorn pattern. And this one is free. And this is by Blossom Moon Crafts. So if you're also doing some fall planning, I thought it'd be fun to just kind of share different fall patterns I'm looking at. You can comment down below and let me know which patterns you're gonna try out, and we'll just have like a fun little market planning session together. This is free. It looks like it's not a very long pattern to complete. There's 10 rounds for the body. Then you got the top, which is 5 rounds, and then the little bobble at the top. This does not seem like it would be a bad pattern at all. It'd be really fast to work up, but I'm definitely going to be trying those out. So I think I'll probably do this one first and see how I like it. And I might even try to make little legs myself and try to do like a little mashup and see if I could do that. But this is so cute. And then I also saved a couple other fall patterns on here. So this is the mini pumpkin by Crochet by Yanina. And look at how cute. Actually, it might be easier if I just pop them up on the screen for you guys. So I'm gonna do this mini pumpkin. This again looks really fast and easy to make. There is about 9 rounds. Then you got the stem, you got the leaves. So I think it would maybe take you like 20 to 30 minutes. I will be testing most of these and I'll tell you guys my honest thoughts after I test them. But that looks really cute. I also think that this little candy corn pattern by Magic Filament is cute. It has little arms and legs. It looks like you do bobble stitches for the arms and legs. And I think that that would be a really cute way to kind of spice up a candy corn. I did some candy corns in the fall of last year whenever I was first learning how to crochet. And I just think that this is a cute take on a candy corn. So that's something that's on my list. I also think that this baby ghost by Crochet with Bay, that looks super adorable as well. And I actually have a plan for a video series, like a little mini series that's gonna be coming to my channel. And it's gonna be called Testing Market Makes. So I'm gonna find all kinds of different patterns on Instagram, Pinterest, things that look like they're market prep worthy. And we're gonna be putting these market makes to the test. I actually think my first episode is gonna be next Saturday. So if you're interested in that, definitely come back and see how these market makes work up. But I'm gonna have different themes. We're gonna do like fall themed market makes, food themed, animal themed, all different kinds of market makes. I'll tell you guys how long they took me to make, what yarn I used, what I'd charge for them. I just think that's gonna be a really fun series, especially as it's getting into market prep season. It's definitely the time to start thinking about what you wanna make, start getting ready for the fall market season, Christmas market season, and I'm really excited for those videos. So stay tuned. And if you have any market makes that you'd like me to test, definitely tag me on Instagram or send them over to my DMs. And that way I can add them to a big list and maybe include them in one of my videos. But that is another thing that I would like to make. I also have this free pattern by Bkaycrochet, and it is her free pumpkin bear pattern. And that looks so cute as well. I love that she did like a little orange bear. It has the little stem on top. She tied a little bow around its neck. It's just super adorable. And then I think I had a couple more. So this next one is also Jellycat inspired, but this time it's a little pumpkin. And this is by Spammy Crochets on Instagram. It is her free pumpkin Jellycat pattern, no sew. So that looks adorable as well. Just, there's so many cute fall patterns that I want to try for this market, and I'm definitely very excited. And I will keep you guys updated on my market prep journey. I'll bring you guys to that market. So there's a lot of exciting things coming up over the next few months. And then I also finally cleared this thing out. And so if you guys have seen other crocheters, they put their pickles in these big jars. This is actually like an Utz cheese ball jar. So whenever we ate all the cheese balls, I went ahead and I washed it, I dried it. I need to peel this little paper part off, but my plan is to put all the pickles in this pickle jar and maybe make like a little sign that says pickles on it, just as a cute way to display. I know I've seen LA Crochet do this. I've seen Katie the Celestial Homebody do this. And we just so happen to have one of these Utz cheese ball containers in our pantry. So I definitely told Brendan, once we eat these, do not throw it away. And this is actually from Halloween. So we ate a good bit of them, but they had been sitting in there for a really long time. And maybe there was like this much left. So I went ahead and just threw the rest away and cleaned this out. But very happy to have a big pickle jar. And I brought one of the little pickles, but I think what I'm gonna do, like, I think this is too small to put in this pickle jar because this is a massive jar. That probably made my voice sound weird. But look at how tiny that pickle is in the jar. So if you guys have seen my other pickle that I did in the Sweet Snuggles yarn, I think that would be a better fit for this big jar. So I'm gonna make more of this Sweet Snuggles pickles. And then for these little guys, I think I'll find something else to put them in. But I just wanted to share that idea with you guys because I really think this is a cute way to display your pickles. It makes it a little bit more interactive. It kind of draws people to your booth. And I just think that people get a kick out of pickles. So I definitely think you should add pickles to your market prep this year. But I think that is all that I wanted to talk to you guys about before I shared my huge yarn order. And you guys, this is so heavy. This is a huge box, if you can't tell. So we have a lot of yarn to talk about, and I'm very excited about it. So let's go ahead and start with some yarn that I got from Michael's, actually. I just threw it in on top. I only got 2 skeins from them. But I did get the Loops and Threads Chenille Home whenever it was on sale. So I don't know why this yarn is on sale, but it was only $5 for these skeins. So I got 2. And I was thinking I could maybe do some of my elephant snugglers in this gray yarn. If you guys saw the purple one that I made, little Ellie, she's so cute, but I can't imagine how big a snuggler would be in the Chenille Home yarn. So I'm very excited to find out, but I got 2 skeins of that. And for $5, I couldn't let it sit on the shelf. I'm like, even if I don't make an elephant out of it, I'll find something that I'm gonna make out of it. So I got 2 skeins of that. And then next up, these might not be in an order that makes sense, but it's just what I'm coming to whenever I reach in here. I will go ahead and show you this first. So I got 4 skeins, and I actually already used this whenever I made Darby the Buck. And this is the color Caramel. So that's what it looks like up close. It's such a pretty brown color, and as you can tell, it's the perfect little color for bears, for deer. I think that this is such a nice color to have, and I didn't really have any light brown like this. I feel like it's really hard to find brown in stores, especially Bernat blanket, and that's mainly what I use. So this was the first time trying out this Premier. These are Premier Basic Chenille. Are these brights? Yeah, Premier Basic Chenille Brights. And so I got 4 skeins of this caramel color. I have lots of ideas for this, and so I'm happy that I finally have like a good brown color. So I got 4 skeins of that. This desk's gonna get really messy back there. And then next up, like I said, this isn't gonna make sense. It's just whatever I come to first. But the next color that I got is Seaside. That's what it looks like. And this is the color I used for this little bear, his sweater. How cute is that? So it's like this really bright blue color. I think it's really pretty. It's very unique. It's a bright in-your-face blue. So I got a skein of that. And then while I'm showing you the blue, I'll try to find, okay. So this is the other color that I used for his sweater. And this is the color light blue. So I got 2 skeins of this light blue color. And I thought that this would look really nice together, obviously, as you guys can tell. It looks really good as a sweater, but I also thought if I did a dragon out of this, that would be a really pretty like blueberry dragon. So I got 2 skeins of that. And then I also got 1 more skein of blue here. And this is a very dark blue. This is called Denim. And it actually looks exactly like denim, doesn't it? So these are all the blues together. And that's what they look like. So I'm happy to have some blues because I really didn't have very many blues at all. The ones that I did have are like the Hobie yarn. I have some big twist yarn, but I didn't have any of like the blanket type of yarn. So I'm very happy to have some blues in my inventory. And then next up, this is like a really mint green color, super pretty. And this is called Mint. It's called Mint. And so that's what it looks like. I just thought this was really unique as well. I don't know what I'll make out of this. I don't really have anything in mind off the top of my head, but if you have any ideas, comment down below and let me know what would be cute to make with this mint color. But I got 1 skein of that. And then next up, I got this bright green color, and this is called Kiwi. That's what it looks like up close. And I did buy this with a certain plushie in mind. So have you guys seen the little Shrek plushies that are all over Instagram? I have been wanting to make a little Shrek for so long, and I felt like this was a perfect Shrek color. I think it's showing up a lot brighter on camera than it is in person. It is a bright green, but I don't know. This color just reminded me of Shrek. So I got 1 skein of that. And then next up, we'll do this. I got 2 skeins of this orange color, and this is called Tangerine. I thought this would be the perfect pumpkin color, so I picked up 2 skeins of that. And then while I'm showing you orange, I did get some Premier Parfait Chunky as well. So I ordered 2 skeins of the Premier Parfait in the color Tangerine. Okay, so it's the same color. So I'll show you guys the brights versus the Parfait Chunky. So as you guys can tell, this looks a lot smoother and it's definitely a lot softer. This resembles more of a blanket yarn, but that is what they look like. They look a little bit different on camera, but actually in person, they're pretty spot on. So that is what they look like. And then next up, I have 2 of these skeins in the color Mushroom. And I thought that this would be a really good like base color for things. Actually, it would have been good antler color for the little deer. It's just kind of like a neutral, it really resembles that Bernat Almond, and I didn't realize that, or I probably wouldn't have gotten 2 skeins, but I do like this color. It's very neutral, very cute. So I got 2 skeins of that. And then next thing I got is Parfait Chunky. This is the color Toffee. And I got this again for a specific pattern, these 2 things together. I will pop a picture up here, but there's this little pumpkin pie that I've been seeing and I have to make the little pumpkin pie. Oh my goodness. I think that would be so adorable for my fall market. And I am gonna make one just to display in our house for decoration. But I got these colors because these are the colors that she said that she used. So I wanted it to be exactly like hers because hers turned out adorable. So I picked up that. And then the next color is with pickles in mind, and that is the color Kelly Green. So I got 2 skeins of that. That is super bright. That looks really bright on camera. But how cute would that be as a pickle? If I can find my little pickle that I had here. Okay. So whenever I first made this pattern, I made it in this really light green, and I just don't think that's pickle. That doesn't scream pickle to me. And so this screams pickle to me. That is the perfect pickle color. So I will be making a lot of little pickles in this green. And I think this was a new color for Parfait Chunky because whenever I ordered it, it said new. It was near the bottom. So if you're looking for a pickle color, Kelly Green is a good one. And then next up, I have a couple, oh, this is more of steel cut oats. So I got 4 skeins total of the steel cut oats. Again, really good for that little buck that I did. I think it'd be good for like little bears. Just a good brown color to have. So I got 4 skeins of that. We have a huge yarn mountain over here and here. And then next up, I got 2 gray skeins, and this is in the color Fog. So I had the little elephant snuggler in mind whenever I ordered these because I don't have any gray Bernat yarn or blanket yarn. I do have a skein of gray Big Twist yarn, but I wanted a little bit of a thicker snuggler. So I placed an order for 2 of those. And then we're getting near the bottom. I got 2 of these bright pink colors. This is called Hibiscus. So this is super pretty. And actually, it reminds me of this color in Hobie. It's a little bit different, but kind of similar. But it's a really dark pink. And I thought that it would work good with this color, which is the color Bubblegum. And I thought that would be a really cute dragon as well. So I want to make like a pink dragon, and then I want to make a blue dragon, but that's buried in my yarn mountain over here. So I can't show you the blue again. But I picked up some of those. And then we're getting down to the final skeins. I picked up Bubblegum and Premier Parfait Chunky. So I got a skein of that. I got a skein of Periwinkle, which is a very pretty like light blue purple color. I really don't know what I'll make with this either, but I'm sure I will find something. And then I also got a red color. This is called Poppy. Really bright red, like super red. And then I got the color Rust. So actually it's showing up a lot darker brown on camera. This kind of reminds me of like a mustard color. So it's not the exact color that I wanted. Online it showed up more of like a brown, and it's showing up brown on camera, but this is more of like a yellowish kind of brown. So not my favorite, but I'm sure I can find something to make out of this. So now that I shared that huge yarn haul, let me show you guys my office that's completely ran over with yarn. You guys, this is literally Yarn Mountain. Look at all these skeins of yarn and plushies they're hiding under there. And then over here, I have all of this yarn, and my poor chickens are getting squished to death over here. But I am so excited to test out all of this yarn. I did really enjoy working with the Premier Basic Chenille Brights. That was really fun to work with, but I haven't tried Premier Parfait Chunkies, so I will let you know what I think about it once I actually make a plushie. But I'm just excited for different things popping up. I'm really excited for my market. I'm excited for the fall collection that I'll be having on Shopify. But with this time of year comes super busy season. I know a lot of you attend markets in the fall, and this is like peak market season, so it's definitely time to get prepping. But I had a lot of fun bringing you guys along today, sharing those plushies, sharing my little market plans, showing you guys the massive yarn haul, and showing the new glass tumblers that I have. If you made it this far in the video, comment the bear emoji down below so I can give you a big thank you for sticking with me till the end. And if you like crochet content, studio vlogs, anything to do with small business, definitely subscribe and hit the bell to join our crafty and cozy family. And I will see you guys next Saturday for a new video. Bye.